Hey there, this is the One Boom, and today we are going to be talking about timed events in FPS games, and I still don't like these things. If you've been subscribed for a while, you've heard my opinions on stuff, but I have a couple new subscribers since the last video I did on this, so I thought I'd drudge up an old topic for fun. So let's talk about timed events in shooters, both new and old. So what do I mean by a timed event? I mean an event that's timed. Anything that has a time limit on it that's been added to the game to boost player retention, to give players something to grind towards. You know, something new for people to experience that has an expiration date. A game mode, a cosmetic, a store item, yada yada. You've dealt with it. You've put up with it. You've enjoyed maybe some of them, but I have a huge problem with these things personally. First of all, we have to talk about an issue very specific to me, and that is the fear of falling in love. The fear of falling in love is basically when something is added to the game that changes up the way the game is played. It could be a map, a mode, a modifier, something that makes the game a little bit more interesting or a little bit more fun. It could be something that I really like. But if it's gone after a certain point, I don't want to engage with it. It's like I don't want to fall in love with somebody 2 weeks before they fly off to another country, never to visit mine again. Now, I am a bit of a fast food enthusiast. Can you tell? And I have this problem with a lot of fast food menus that I order off of. Taco Bell, McDonald's, Dairy Queen, whatever, might have some new item or flavor that sounds really appealing, and I'm almost hesitant to order it because it's a timed item. It's something that won't be around forever. If I fall in love with it, start to crave it, and it's gone for good, that's a feeling I'd rather avoid. When Rainbow Six Siege would add a new version of a map or something for a timed event, whether for Valentine's Day or Christmas or April Fools, and then take it away permanently afterwards, it just left me feeling like, gosh, I'm glad I didn't enjoy that, because otherwise I'd be really disappointed right now. I think the biggest offender of this, at least to me, is the Call of Duty Christmas maps. It's like every Call of Duty game gets a Christmas map, but now they all get taken out of the game. They're gone forever. You can't even go into private matches and, crack open a little holiday cheer whenever you want. It's not possible. It added a little bit of whimsy into an otherwise, militaristic, adult-feeling game. Same goes for Rainbow Six Siege. So I get maybe not keeping it in permanent playlists, as it is completely at odds with the game's aesthetic. Then you realize almost every post-launch cosmetic in these games goes against the main game's art style, but whatever. But why not leave these types of modes and maps in private matches? One of the things I really liked about Black Ops Cold War is that all of its novelty game modes like Prop Hunt or Among Us got added to the private match menu. So you can play the Scream game mode, you can play Double Agent, you can play Prop Hunt, and it's no problem. But you can't play Christmas or Halloween Nuketown. That's just outrageous. You're crazy for asking. Now let's talk about 3 timed events that have been in my mind recently. The first one is Insurgency Sandstorm's Running in the 90s event. This is the type of event that I feel like is completely unnecessary to do. Insurgency Sandstorm is missing some very key features as a game, so releasing a game mode that doesn't allow you to aim down sights, allows you to move faster, sort of mimics the old, Quake and Doom style shooters of the 90s, and then just spawns in a bunch of enemy AIs and you just kill them like it's Quake, like it's funny, but that should just be a modifier in a private match section. Oh wait, Insurgency Sandstorm doesn't even have a private match section. Yeah, you're really good putting dev time into game modes like this when you don't even have the ability to host a server on a local machine. Cool. This is a tactical milsim game, and adding in game modes like this that break that up can be really funny, but the difference is when you start to play it, you realize this isn't why I load up Insurgency, this is just silly. And then we move on to Vanguard's Christmas event. Now, this one was pretty controversial for some reason. I know Vanguard just is in general because Call of Duty, but Vanguard's Christmas event added annoying little elves all around the maps that you can shoot in order to complete a challenge and unlock a weapon. You got Christmas-themed care packages, and attack dogs had jingle bells attached to them. It made me so jolly I couldn't contain it. But the big controversial thing was Krampus. Krampus would spawn in and randomly target your team or the enemy team and go after them in the middle of a public match. Now, I heard that it went after campers or people with generally low score, but I'd be at the top of the board and Krampus would chase me, I'd be sprinting towards an objective and Krampus would chase me, I'd camp for literally 3 seconds and Krampus would chase me. I'm being hunted. Grab it. Ah! What the fuck? It seemed kind of random. The problem is they added this Krampus into one life game modes and private matches, which ended up affecting CDL. Like, I already knew CDL players were, like, humorless, but they did not take this well at all, and I get it. Call of Duty's a job to them, not a video game. It's not a toy like it is to you or I. Call of Duty's very serious to them, and, yeah, Krampus shouldn't have been there, and it shouldn't have been in Warzone either. So, like, why was it there? I don't know. Bad move on Sledgehammer's part, but I didn't mind it for normal public matches because, hear me out. The problem with these temporary events is that they're so fickle. They come, they go, who cares, who doesn't? I doesn't, but this event is actually going to be stuck in my mind forever. It's something that actively goes into your matches of TDM, domination, kill confirmed, and fucks you up. It just assassinates you if you and your buddies don't kill him fast enough, and people immediately cried for a nerf. And I'm over here thinking, that is the funniest thing I've ever seen. Finally, a temporary event that's actually going to stick in my mind. Now, I think they should have called him Campus, and I think that he should have only attacked you if you were camping for like a minute. So like you had to basically find a corner and sit down to summon him, but of course that would have really slowed the game down because people would try to do that and everyone would be sitting in corners. But they should have done something more like that. It kind of seemed like he just showed up at random, but I think they should have done something a little more interesting with him. But there is something so distinctly unique about playing Call of Duty public match and then getting hunted by a monster because, I don't know, you smell funny. Contrast this with Halo Infinite's events. Halo Infinite's events are essentially a battle pass combined with a game mode. You complete challenges in that game mode to progress in the pass. So, essentially, it's boring as hell. Or the fact that Halo Infinite's Christmas update was just a 10-part battle pass that just required you to play 10 matches throughout 10 different days. So 1 match a day would allow you to complete the pass. Okay, that's dumb. Like, I don't see anybody running around with the Christmas skins for Halo Infinite because I think everybody was first of all confused as to how the event even worked, and also just bored by the time they realized what you had to do. There's nothing memorable or interesting, it's just cosmetics shoved behind a newer, smaller, more temporary battle pass. Now, I didn't mention Vanguard's little Christmas battle pass because I completed it in 3 hours. It was like kill 10 elves, kill Krampus 3 times, get 11 kills with your left eye closed, get 13 kills with your right eye closed, gargle and rinse with Tang, and, punch your grandmother. They're stupid little arbitrary challenges that took no time to complete, and I was able to get the special Christmas variant of an LMG, again, within like 3 hours. But in contrast to Halo, I much prefer everything that Vanguard did, because Halo gives you these temporary little events with these annoying little battle passes. And just like the main battle pass, they're challenge oriented. So, you're just doing more challenges for content that will arbitrarily disappear. When your game is missing as much content as Halo Infinite is, when it's missing as many features as Halo Infinite is, you really don't get away with lackluster, forgettable updates that revolve around more and more cosmetics. It's funny because we were all so excited for the non-expiring battle passes in the MCC, and then later we learned they were coming to Halo Infinite, and we were so excited that the FOMO, the fear of missing out, was going to be completely removed from the game. And then they decided to do nothing but timed events. Ugh. And that's really my issue. The entire purpose of a timed event is FOMO. They want you to have that fear of missing out, so that you hop on and grind their game compared to somebody else's game. And timed events are so popular in the industry, every dev team is trying to do them, even if their game is severely lacking in every other capacity. At the end of the day, they're a stupid novelty, they're not worth losing sleep over, and I don't mind them too much. But why can't I turn on Krampus in a private match or go to the Christmas shipment map? Why is running in the 90s a thing in Insurgency Sandstorm, and, well, why is it gonna go away? Again, I'd say add it to private matches, but that's a sore spot. And Halo Infinite. Halo Infinite is just devoid of content. It is anorexic as hell. And for some reason, they think the best way to keep their player numbers up is more and more timed events and temporary battle passes full of frivolous PNGs and stupid cosmetics I don't care about. I feel like a good timed event leaves a little bit of something behind, not just a cosmetic, but something behind for players to hop in and play at any time. And I also think it should be memorable. There should be something cool happening in the game during that time. Like when it snows in GTA or Krampus chased me in Vanguard. Is it everybody's favorite? Is it kind of frustrating? Maybe, but it's memorable. It's an event. At least if everybody hated Vanguard's event, they were all hating something together. Meanwhile, there's no reason to even talk about the Halo Infinite update because it's just cosmetics and nothing else. Anyway, let me know what you guys think about this. I personally think it's a cheap way to net some player retention, and a much better way to retain players would be to provide chunks of meaningful content that will outlast the game itself. I don't know, just an idea. See you when I see you guys. Goodbye.